crazy part is it's only been a week and I feel like I still have so much to talk about. Welcome back. It's only been a week. Let's get into it. Take 115. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome back to another episode of the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast. I'm Michael, and this is my crafty corner of the YouTube universe. If you would like to find me on other social media, you can follow me over on Instagram as Piece4PeaceCrafting, or on Ravelry as Piece4PeaceCraft, or on the Storygraph, where I haven't been very present. It's not that I'm in a reading slump. It's just I've been taking my knitting on the train lately, and that has stopped me from reading. But you can follow me over on the Storygraph as Piece4PeaceCrafting. And yeah, I know some people are leaving Spotify, but I have to have it for work. If you like music and you're still on Spotify, there's a playlist that goes along with this podcast. And you can find that playlist at the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast playlist. Also, if you didn't know, there's a group on Ravelry, if that's accessible to you, or you can use the Rabbit app. There's a group to this podcast, and that's over on Ravelry. I'll try to remember to link the group below as well, too, if you all are interested in, I don't know, things that happen over there. All right, so how's everyone been? It's been 1 week. There's some new friends here, so welcome. If there are other new folks who are clicking on this video for the first time, because I feel like a lot of folks are coming over after I posted my little Rhinebeck recap, which inevitably happens. If you enjoy this content, please feel free, if you haven't already, at the end of the video to subscribe. You can like the video if you wish, ring the bell if you would like to be notified when I post other things. This is going to be more of a typical what happens around these parts now that the festival season is over. Great. Okay, cool. So that's that. Let's start off with, I don't have it in here, but for those of you, because it's in the other room and it's already boxed up, if you watched my last episode, which was the Podiversary Rhinebeck recap episode, I shared on there that I was going to do a quick little pass along to one of the viewers here. I posted something up in Ravelry, where you could write a submission for your favorite Halloween costume. And I was going to close it after a week, like before I started recording this episode. So I closed it this morning, Saturday, November 1st. It's closed. I've asked the person that lives in my phone if she could pick a number. I think there were 22 submissions, which not a lot, so it made it easy. And the person in my phone picked number 17, which happened to be Seth B over on Ravelry, which is so fun because I follow Seth on Instagram and I think that that's great. So the prize that I wanted to pass along ended up being, I think I said 9 on the last episode, but when I gathered everything, there was one hiding. So there were 10 skeins of some Plymouth yarn in a bulky weight in the color 16, and there were 10 skeins of that. So I think it ended up being 10, no, it's not 10, 1,090 yards of superwash bulky yarn that I'm so glad will be going to a good home, and hopefully someone can, or I hope Seth will use it. If not, donate it to your local craft group. I don't know. So that's very exciting. I will reach out to you via Ravelry to get all of your information, Seth, and I'll try to get that put in the mail this week. Monday? Yeah, I can do it. Sorry. I feel like there's a holiday coming up, and I was concerned that it was this week, but it's not. I think it's the following week. So I'll try to get that in the mail for you this week. Since it's already boxed up, all I need to do is pop your address on it and have it sent out. Perfect. So that is that on that. Honestly, you all, it's been a week. Not much has happened. I have just been, it's been a week of going to work, crafting on the train, not reading, and coming home being pretty tired. If I'm being honest, I've had some pretty early mornings. Waking up in the dark, which isn't going to get any better, seeing as we are going to go back 1 hour this evening in time, because that's what we do here. And I know some of you are like, but we'll get an extra hour of sleep. I don't care. I'm waking up and it's dark outside. Well, I'm doing that now, but it's going to be darker, and it just makes me sad, and I hate when it's like 4 o'clock and it's dark outside. It's very annoying. Anyway, enough about that. This is supposed to be about joy. So, I have 1 FO and 1, 2, 3. Yes. 3 things that I've been working on. One is so close to being done. And I think if I really just lock in, I could finish it. Today. But I think it'll probably be tomorrow, if I'm being honest, because probably. All right, so first thing that I have finished is my second Jaunty, which is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. This is a scarf that is done up in half fisherman's rib, and for this one I used 2 colors. So I striped this one, and this is done in the beautiful Sister yarn, and this is their it's a DK, no, just kidding, it's a sport weight yarn, and it's 700, or oh my gosh, all the numbers are flying out of my head. Let's try this again. This was knit up using Beautiful Sister yarn, and this is their sport weight yarn. It is 75% Cormo, 25% Corriedale, and when I tell you I want everything knit up in this now, I'm not lying. It feels so nice. So there are 2 colors here. These are naturally dyed. The more khaki color, it is the color, or it's natural, and then the orangish color is madder, which I assume that's what they dyed it with. And when I started this project, so this is all I have left. So as you can see, this is a little bit it's a little bit lighter than what it is here. We'll talk about that in a sec. I weighed both of these, and collectively I had about 211 yards to work with. And I just followed the directions in the pattern about when I'm supposed to start decreasing. So I knit a bunch, and then once I got to that point, after weighing the 2 together again, I started my decreasing. So out of that 211, I have 27 grams of yarn left. That's 17. There was a little bit more of the orange. So 17 in the madder color and 10 in the natural color. And with this, I will be honest, I forgot that, oh, it's so beautiful. I forgot to throw some color catchers in with this when I went to block it. And if I'm being honest, I blocked it. When I went to wet block it, I put it in the water, and then I accidentally passed out on the couch. Like, I just fell asleep on the couch so hard. And then when I woke up a couple hours later, I just like was so confused and just like, oh my God, I can't believe I fell asleep on the couch. And I just went and got ready for bed and then fell asleep. And then the next morning when I woke up, my alarm went off. I was like, I feel like I was supposed to do something last night. Oh my goodness, that thing is still soaking. And so I went and I pulled it out, and I could see that some of the color from the matter had bled out. And so it just gave the natural just like a little bit of a tint, but honestly, like, I don't even care. I think it looks awesome. I've already worn it out once, and it's definitely going to be in rotation. I will say, because I had more of the matter color, I started and ended the project using just that for like the setup and then the actual ending bind off. So, I mean, I have a little bit of this left. It's probably not a lot to do a lot with, but I do have some other but sport weight things, even hand spun, that I could put this with and just use these little scraps in something else. The yarn's fantastic. You guys know, if you've been here for a while, I'm a big supporter of Beautiful Sister. I have a ton of their bags, and so I love that now I have something knit up in their yarn as well. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Okay, so let's get into just some things I've been working on. One thing, I'm not going to talk about these too much because I didn't put much on them. I will say that I was working on them when I went to the ballet, and because of the yarn, I felt like I was messing up knitting in the dark, and so I just stopped. Oh, I don't even have the tag. Okay, so these are a pair of socks that I started a while back. I'm using a Zalberball. I don't know the color name, but they're pink and green. It's giving very much Galinda and Elphaba. Yeah, and this is more of a woolly wool. I don't even know, because I don't have the tag anymore. I would have to look it up. I don't even know if this is a superwash. It doesn't feel like it as I'm knitting with it. It like tends to stick together. So knitting on these in a dark theater, which normally I can do, I was not able to do as well. So I just stopped, and I had to fix them on the train, and then yeah, I got a couple rows in. So like where that marker is to here is like all that I put on these, which is totally fine. These are a pair of toe-up socks. I just do a vanilla sock. I use US 1, so 2.25 to knit my socks. Cast on with a, what is it called? Turkish cast on? 14 stitches, and then I increase until I have 68 stitches. Yes. I haven't made a pair of socks in a minute. So I increase until I get to 68, and I'm going to knit for about 7 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to place markers for my heel, and then I'm going to continue knitting and just do some ribbing at the end. Yeah, these will probably be tossed back in my bag for sure, because one of the things that I've been working on, I'm probably going to finish today or tomorrow, and I've been taking that on the train, surprisingly. So that's that on my socks. Nothing too much to write home about. I know some of you have been like, where are your socks? You're always knitting socks. And I haven't been in the past few episodes, just because there's other things that have been tickling my fancy. That's thing number 1 that I've been working on. Thing number 2 is when I went to gather the yarn that I was passing along, I remembered that I had another big batch of stuff, and I've been, I'm really in the headspace of like, I'm just trying to move things right now. And so I saw this stuff and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a long-term project, even though I probably have 1, 2, 3 other blankets that I've started in various stages. I'm starting another one because I'm the boss of my knitting. And I, in acquiring things, if you've been here for a while, like a friend of a friend gave me a bunch of yarn. I was taking things because I'm a hoarder of yarn. We all are. I think it's called a stash though. Anywho, something that was gifted to me was this Knit Picks 100% superwash merino. It's bulky weight, so 137 yards for 100 grams. And this is it's wool of the Andes superwash bulky, and it's in the color something heather. Wait, where's the thing at? Mineral heather, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, so in the color mineral heather, right? Now, before I show you what I'm working on, when it was given to me, the person who gifted it to me had started like a couple projects. And so like this, when I went in the bag, it was like, this is the skein, which I'm trying to be gentle so that I can unravel it. But then like a project was sort of like, I think they were knitting a blanket or going to knit a blanket, was started, and then it was ripped out and they said no. But you can see like it's this purpley, steely gray colored yarn. And so what I did was I took one of them, and one of the things that had been started, I undid. And that too, like, she wasn't caking them up and then starting the project. She was just like, which seems a little bit silly to me, but was just like knitting from, she would open up the hank and then like knit from it. Maybe she was swatching. I mean, probably not, because the thing I just showed you is like very long. Anyway, so I undid it and then I just started. And what I did was, instead of putting it, like winding it up on my winder, I just put the hank on my Swift. And I've just been knitting from my Swift. So I'm like, okay, well, once this is done, then like I'm going to do the same thing with this other one that you see. Actually, I might wind that up. And then moving forward, I'll just wind them and go on. Anywho, so what I've started is I believe I test knit the shawl. So I'm making the Wave of Change blanket. Yes, the Wave of Change blanket. I think that I test knit the shawl because when I went to look in Ravelry, I didn't have it, but it's like on my computer, which leads me to believe I must have test knit the shawl version of this. So this is being knit on, in the pattern, I think it says, yeah, I'm doing bigger. The pattern is written for the blanket version in a size US or 6mm. I'm using a 10.5, so a 6.5 millimeter needle. And yeah, the cool thing about this pattern is it's just the same pattern, but you're changing your weight and you're changing the needle size to get the two different versions, which I think is pretty cool, which is kind of like the same vibe of this Jaunty, right? Like in the pattern, it's written out, it gives you the formula and then tells you like, here's the yarn weight and the recommended needle size. Oh, this was knit on a US 5, I'm pretty sure, in the sport weight version. Okay, so here's where I am on my Wave of Change blanket. You can see a little bit, oh, maybe here. It's just a square. Yes, and it has like a little pearl bump every so often. That's going to be happening. So like if I was looking at a pond and I dropped a rock in, the pearls become the little ripples. And yep, you just start in the middle and we keep continuing to work our way out. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, I currently have 4 of those pearl bumps. And the pattern wants you to have 15 before you start your like end section, your last little border, the border of it, and the bind off. And so because I have, I didn't even say, because I'm using this bulky, I have, you all, this is insane, but I have 20 skeins of this. So what is that? It's a lot. I did the math and it's a little bit more than what she recommends in the pattern. And so I think going up just a half needle size, and I might try to eke out one more repeat, depending. I'll figure that out once I get there. Yeah, I'll figure that out once I get there. But I'm really excited just to have like, I just want I just want it made into something so that I can then like 1, use it, and 2, just not have it sitting in my in my stash anymore. Because when I saw this and I decided I was going to take it, I wanted to knit it up into a blanket. And so I'm deciding that this is going to sit on the couch with me. I'm going to work on it in the evenings and maybe put a row on it in the morning. You know, the first part of it doesn't take long because it's so small and there aren't very many stitches. But as we continue to go on, like, and I even have this on like a small circumference type of needle situation. But as we continue to go on, which I'm starting to get to that point, I might be able to finish this last repeat, and then I'm going to have to use a bigger, what is that called? A bigger cord, because it's just going to be too big. And once those rows start getting bigger with this bulky weight yarn, it's going to take me longer to like knock them out. But I am excited to finally have this going. I think just a fun little superwash blanket moment is going to be nice for, I want to say this time of year, but even moving forward, it'll just be nice. I can't decide if I am gonna want to put this on my bed or if I'm going to want to use it on the couch yet. Either way, I'm just happy that this project has started, and yeah, I'm going to get a blanket out of it. This one I do think, because, not that it's simple, but because the repeat is simple, I do think that I have the headspace to continue it on. I have another blanket that's like, I don't know. I just got to pay a little bit more attention. Actually, 2 blankets that I have to pay a little bit more attention to, just because of the nature of the blankets. And I think this is simple enough where it may give me that boost that I need to actually, 1, complete this one, and 2, get into wanting to complete those others. One of which I think if I do complete at some point in time, I want to send that away. Like I want to make it as a gift now. I've decided. All right, coolio. So that's thing. I showed my socks. I dropped my pin. I showed my blanket. Okay, oh shoot, I forgot about this thing too. Okay, the next thing that I've been working on is, y'all, I pulled back out. I need to go through in my stories and see when I started this, because I've been so bad. I used to be really good, but now I've been so bad at updating my Ravelry that, like, who knows when I started this project. Anyway, I am working on the Gibb 2 by Andrew Mowry. Such a cool, fun textured sweater. It is a lot of purling. I don't mind purling, so like, it's whatever. But it is a lot of purling. And actually one day when I had it on the train, I thought to myself, I wonder if I could have just like done the yoke, because it has cables, and then flipped it inside out and just did the pattern so where I was knitting more, and then flipped it back inside out to like finish it and wear it. But whatever, que sera. I'm here now. I've done it. Purling doesn't bother me, so it's all good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm knitting the 4th size, which should yield a 40 6.5 inch finished garment. Sorry. And this is supposed to be with 2 to 6 inches of positive ease. The recommended needles for this project are a US 7 or 4.5 millimeter and a US 5, so 3.75 millimeter. I did my collar and my cuffs in the US 5. I did the yoke in the US 7. I switched to US 8s to do the sleeves. And then when I came back after the sleeve separation to do the body, I kept the US 8s. I recognize that is going to change my gauge slightly. I'm okay with that. I wanted it to be a little more, hopefully give me just a little bit more room in the body of it. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I am using this wool that I picked up. This is like a dark navy blue that I picked up at Rhinebeck, maybe my first year? Second year. First year. I think my first year. I don't remember how many of these I got. Maybe 6? It said it was a worsted weight. I don't have the labels. You guys, it was like a make-believe place. I don't have the labels, so I don't know how many yards it was supposed to have, but I really, truly, genuinely feel... Wait a minute. 1 second. No, I don't have any behind me. I genuinely feel that these were mislabeled because I felt the same way. Oh, I bought green and it was a fingering weight. Oh, it said it was DK maybe, but it was actually a fingering weight because of the yardage. And I think that this is supposed to be a worsted, but the yardage was wrong because I bought what I thought was enough to make this sweater, and like I still have 2 full like cakes of this left. It's kind of insane. But I will dip into that one in a second here. So all that to say, here's where I am. Oh my gosh, it's been in my backpack, so let me just wipe some fuzzies off. It's been in this beautiful sister bag, which, hello, gorgeous. Here's where I am. So you can see the texture. You can see that gorgeous rib, or not rib, the gorgeous cable that's in there. And the sleeves, they're done. They are just tucked inside of the body of this, so that because I was taking it on the train, which is insane. I don't know why I was doing that. I think just because like I really want, this has been on the needles for forever. I really want it to be done. I spend a lot of time commuting, and you know, that's like an hour one way. Sometimes like in the morning, it can be an hour. If I'm on the train, at least 45 minutes, that is like uninterrupted me just sitting there. So either I'm reading a book or I'm doing this, and the past couple of weeks I've chosen to do this and listen to music. So the last time you all saw it is where the little mushroom is, and I am here now. So I probably have put like, I don't know, what is that, 7 or 8 inches on this thing. And the orange marker that's down there was supposed to be you have to knit 2 more inches, actually 2.5 more inches, until I start the ribbing. And you all, I think I just have like 4 more rows, and then I'm gonna measure again, and then I can start the ribbing of this. Like, do you understand? You do understand. I'm so close to finishing this. Like, it's gonna be done this weekend, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's gonna fit great. I'm so excited for it though. Yeah. I want to say that this is basic, but it's like not even basic, because look at all this texture. Like, it's not basic, but it is just like a basic, classic. Let's use classic shape of a sweater. I've decided that even though I want to make something that is a circular yoke, I definitely feel like I look better wearing a raglan style sweater. just the fit on it for me. Or like a drop shoulder, I'm into that. Or what's the one? A saddle shoulder. I think though, like style construction, that looks pretty good on me too. The circular yoke just doesn't, it moves weird for me. And I need to figure that out, because maybe, I know you can do like a circular yoke and then you can add raglan shaping. Anyway, that's that on that. The Gibb 2, I'm actually not going to put it back in the bag, because once I'm done chatting with y'all, I am going to, we'll get this video edited and put together, and then I'm just going to upload it, and then I'm probably going to work on that while I walk the dog. And then I'll work on that for a couple of hours, because I really do think that I can finish that. And there's some podcasts. You all, I have been watching all the Rhinebeck recap videos that just pop up on my feed. Even people who I don't know, which is nice for me because I'm getting to know new people here on YouTube. Subscribing to some friends who I think are very interesting. So that's been a lot of fun. All right, the last thing that I'm going to show you all is a swatch that I did, because once I'm done with this Gibb, I'm going to be casting something on. So I showed you all last time that I picked up this, I think it's pronounced Criollo. Yeah, Criollo sheep yarn from Prado del Lana. And it's just some unspun, right? So holding it single, you can get anywhere between a sport and, a fingering and a DK. Holding it double, you can get anywhere between a worsted and a bulky. So I held it single for this sample, or for this swatch. And yeah, it'll get me about 436, 36 yards, or 398 meters if I hold it single. So I wanted to swatch for it because I want to do the Novice Slipover by Petite Knits. Yes. In this. And so I did my swatch, y'all, and I know this is a big swatch, but I usually do double the number that it says. So if it's like, it needs to be 20 over whatever, I usually cast on 40. Because I don't know. I like to measure in a bunch of different spots. And I only did it flat because the first part of it is knit flat and then it's knit in the round. And so to me, if knitting in the round, it becomes a little bit looser, I'm okay with that. But knitting it flat up top, I wanted to make sure that fit. Anyway. This is my swatch. There's so many things. One, I love the like rusticy vibe of it, if that makes sense. Like, the stitch definition I think is pretty. But it does have has a little bit of a rusticy vibe to it, because, you know, it's unspun. It like came undone and I had to like wet splice it back together spots, so then that becomes just like a pinch bulky. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I am pretty sure after I measured it like 5 times that I am on gauge. And I mean, this is like, honey, nothing. This weighs 0, and I'm so excited to cast this on. I feel like just a brown or like a natural colored vest is gonna be so hot, and it's lightweight, so like I won't overheat, which is something that I could do, because dressing in the winter in a city where it is cold, and I have, you know, my t-shirt and then a sweater because it's cold, and then I have my big jacket and a scarf or a shawl and my hat. I and others in this city definitely are and then you get on the train and it's like so hot because they're blasting the heat. I sweat on the train for sure in the wintertime, and I know other people do too. It's like you're just standing there, you're on the train, and you can just feel it drip down your back. That's so gross, but it's true. And so I like this because it's going to be very light, but I believe it's going to be very warm. So I'm trying to add some other things that will be warm but also cool because I won't have sleeves into my wardrobe. And if I like this pattern, I have right here some Plutolopi left over from another project that I thought I was gonna knit into something else. But I'm like, if this is nice, I will knit this same vest again and knit it in that because it's the same vibe. Anywho, all right, that is everything that I have to talk about with you all today. I am hoping to also, within the next 2 weeks, get back to spinning some things. I haven't touched my wheel in a while, and I've watched a couple videos on YouTube and seen other people talking about fiber that they purchase either at Rhinebeck or things that they're spinning up, and I talked about this in the last episode. I'm feeling just very creative right now, and so I want to, one, cast on all the things, and two, just like be making all of the things. And I think because I've been going a little bit ham with like finishing this, working on that sweater, starting this blanket, taking my socks, I'm worried that my like tennis elbow is gonna come back because it like wasn't bothering me, but I could definitely feel a little bit of pain. And so I'm like, all right, you need some evening activities where like you're not doing that, and you need to switch to maybe get a crochet project, which I do want to crochet a little stuffed animal soon because my roommate's child is going to be turning 1 at the end of the year, and you guys, I need to like work on getting a package for that kid. I need to do a stuffed animal. I need to knit him a sweater, which I've decided as long as I'm able to, I want to knit him a sweater, and as long as he likes it. I mean, he's going to be 1, so like he doesn't really have a say right now, but I want to try to knit him a sweater for his birthday every year, at least until he's a teen and he's over it, which I just think would be so cute. So I really want to get that done. That's like the only holiday knitting I'm doing. Otherwise, everything else is for me. So I want to get that done. I want to get back to my spinning wheel. I have two mystery kits from Cotton Cuts that I haven't sewn up yet. I haven't done any sewing in a while. I wanted to make like some linen pants for Rhinebeck. That didn't happen, which now it's cold outside, so I'm just gonna have to wait until the spring to like get those made. And yeah, I wanna be behind my sewing machine. I wanna get behind my spinning wheel. I wanna be knitting more things. I need to crochet some stuff. So many things happening. There's not enough time in the day. Anywho, with that, I hope you all are feeling the creative energy as well right now. Whether it's because it's happening in your life, you're getting excited by watching all these Rhinebeck recaps, whether you're excited and you're a person who crafts for the holidays and you make things for the holidays, like I hope that creative energy is exciting you and igniting a fire under you to just like really be making as much as we can right now. Not for other people per se, but because we want to. We feel that need to be wanting to do it, not in like a consumer productivity sort of way. Like I just want to be doing stuff because I feel like very creative right now. So I feel like if I'm feeling that, there's probably other people that are feeling that too. So let's lean into that a little bit more, and yeah, just find more ways to be creative. That's what we're trying to do. Oh my gosh. Also, too, if you've made it this far, and I'll talk about it again. I want to talk about it while I was talking about the Wave of Change blankets, which is, I'm pretty sure I said, is designed by Denise Byron. But she hosts a monthly, which is something that happened in the last week since I recorded the Rhinebeck recap. She hosts a monthly like knitting circle via Zoom, and it usually happens on the 4th, which most of the time ends up being the last Sunday. November, I think there are 5 Sundays in the month. So it'll be the 4th Sunday of this month. You can go over, I'll make sure to link her website below, but you can sign up for her newsletter, and it usually comes out like the week of and then the day before. for sure the day before, just like the link to the meetup, and we get together on a Sunday for like an hour and just like hang out and knit anything. Like it was just a knitting circle. We're just coming together, we're hanging out and we're chilling. So head over or click down below, find her information, sign up for her newsletter, or you can follow her over on Instagram at Denise Bite on Handmade, and she usually posts it in her stories there as well. Come hang out with us. Someone asked in the last video, maybe one before, if I was ever gonna do another knit hangout again, and the answer to that is yes. I am. Let's say that I will do one sometime this month. I'm not sure when, but I will post it I'll put it here in the community area, and I'll just put a link and people can sign up and the information will just be there. Maybe within the next 2 weeks, maybe it'll be the Sunday after I record next. So in 2 weeks time, I don't know what that date is off the top of my head. Let's try to aim for that. The Sunday after I record next. So in 2 weeks. Someone out there is probably shouting at me because they have a calendar open. I'll put it in the community thing. I'll try to pop it in my Instagram stories, and then people can sign up, and then I'll just send a link via email afterwards. Okay, that's all I have to say. I hope everyone is doing well. Please keep leaning into your creativity and enjoy the next 2 weeks until I see you next. Make a piece, spread some peace. Peace.